surrounding ourselves with all this stuff, Bank of England, all the evidence, yes, and because most of us are academics or media people, kind of like, yes, it's all, all the evidence is here, evidence-based, that's all going to be fine. But yet there's another bubble here of people surrounding themselves with people who thought like them. And what's turned out to be true is they weren't all racist and right-wing and mad as we painted them. There are actually some real concerns going on here that the Remain side just didn't even hear. And yet we never heard those voices and they never heard ours. And because of this vacuum, in terms of people just not respecting or believing companies, journalists, elected officials, celebrities are even worse down here, so I don't know how Donald Trump got in, because celebrities is put right down the bottom. And I think the interesting thing for us, in terms of coming back to CRM, I'll get off my Brexit soapbox. Coming back to CRM, the interesting thing for us is that us managing, as companies, trying to manage relationships with customers just got a lot harder. Because why are they going to listen to us? They're more likely to listen to somebody like them, their friends and family, which makes social media so much more important, but also presents us with a real challenge in terms of traditional CRM. I think the other interesting thing about this is that the way a lot of companies have decided to tackle this is by, particularly this bit here, is to try and humanise the company in some way, to make the CEO of the company their friend, sort of, so that the emails start coming from the CEO and you learn more about him or her, and this sort of very human angle rather than the corporate message, which has been the case in the past. So what does all that mean for CRM? So first of all, I think it has implications for us in terms of data collection. We need to think about trust, transparency and control, which are the things that customers want from us. And I've got a couple of examples of how companies are doing that. Secondly, we need to think about how we can integrate the data that we own in our traditional CRM system or setup with social media data to create that single view of the customer. So if you thought it was complicated enough before trying to get that single view of the customer from contact details, purchase history, we now have to try and tip social media activity into that as well. And there are plenty of IT systems that are trying to tackle that at the moment. And I think there possibly are some new opportunities via social media for data capture, which I'll show you. So I think it's not all doom and gloom, and I think for small businesses there are opportunities that perhaps weren't there before. So on the trust and transparency issue, this is one of my clients in Belfast. It's a pretty new art centre, opened 3 years ago. They put this on their website. They have it, if you go and buy tickets at the desk, they have it on the stand there, and they say, this is our promise to you. So you're going to hear about stuff that we send you, but we're not going to email you more than twice a month. This is what we're going to send you. We'll only send you information we think is relevant to you, and we never pass on your data to a third party. So we'll protect your data and never pass it. Since they introduced this, their data permission rate, so they were doing well at capturing people's names and addresses, because in the UK, if you buy with a credit card, you have to give your postal address. So people are kind of fine about that, but they weren't ticking the box that said it's okay to send me stuff. So since they introduced this, that has increased by 50%, because they're being transparent, they believe they can trust them, and that's made a massive difference, and they're all pushing it out. They've retrained their whole frontline team on this, because we did some workshops with the frontline team, and people don't want to give us their data. No, and I wouldn't. So they were agreeing with the customer standing there, and they're going, do you want to? No, you don't want to receive that. It's okay, I want to take that box. So they retrained all of the frontline staff and explained, they'd never shown them what they did internally with that data. So they showed all the frontline staff, look, this is all the stuff we can do. This is really important to us as a business. It's 5 times more to get a new customer than to keep one, all of that stuff. And they got it, and they're now really pushing it, and it works really well. So that's about trust and transparency. This is something I had from Gap, which is about giving me control. So it enabled me to personalise my email preferences and to say what I wanted to receive from them. So I was able to, because when I got this, they didn't know I wasn't interested in menswear, not interested in menswear at all, thank you. So I was able to go in and say kids, women, and that's all I get from them now is stuff about that. That's fine. So they're giving me the control, which is good. Things like, I'm sure you've seen these, price alerts. So being able to set up an alert for a flight to say, I want to travel from Birmingham to Cork on those dates, send me alerts when prices change or when flights go on sale. So rather than signing up for all the airlines' emails, which frankly most of them, they're trying to get me to fly to Dubai, and I haven't got the money all the time to go to Dubai, so most of them are completely irrelevant to me. I set up a specific alert about something that I want to do in July next year, and they will email me about it. And this is something at the moment I'm trying to work with theatres to do in the UK. So when you go onto a website, I don't know about you, but I go onto websites about what's on, I go, oh, that looks good, like next June, I'm not going to book that now, or that looks good, oh, I don't know if I'm busy that day. I want them to be able to go, remind me about this, either a week before, a month before, or when ticket sales, when the tickets get low, so that I'm then forced into making a decision. So we're trying to introduce that technology, this kind of alert stuff, and again, it puts the control back into the customer's hands. The same company, Kayak, again, give me complete transparency and control over what I receive from them. So I can choose what I want to receive from them. I've unticked all of those because I just want the price alerts. But they're being really obvious about what I can sign up to. Then the second idea of integrating the traditional and the social CRM. This is a really simple and I think neat example of, this is a flower company, going back to flowers, who they send flowers in a box that fits through your letterbox because they know that my demographic, we're never in, we're always out working, but we love to receive flowers. And it's nothing worse than seeing them, kind of the flowers been dumped on your doorstep, upside down, you know, or they just haven't been delivered at all. So these people, basically, they deliver them in a sort of flat box, and then they give you little instructions about how to arrange them. It's really lovely what they do, they're beautifully packaged. So I sent some flowers using them, and they sent me an email. So I'm on their CRM database as having bought from them for the first time. They sent me an email, and they also put stuff on Facebook to say if somebody uses your code to buy flowers, you share this with your friends, and then I get a reward. So I get £10 to spend on flowers again. So I put this on Facebook amongst my friends. These are fab. I sent them to a few people and they've loved them, which is true. And then my friend Penny took up my offer, and this was an email I got from them. And I could claim my £10 off, which was actually time limited. So it's quite clever. I think I had to claim it within a month, so I had to spend money within a month, but it still made me feel really good. So what's happening here is, I'm on their CRM database, my purchase history and contact details. They know both my Facebook and my email. They sent me an email with the code to use on Facebook. So I had to actually, even though I'd had the email from them, I had to post something on Facebook to get that, offering my friends £10 off. So I then did that on Facebook, and then by doing that, if they haven't got my, because if I booked on a website and only gave them my email address, then my posting of that on Facebook then links it. They then know they can link that with Facebook. My friends then use the code through Facebook, and all of that information that I've put it on Facebook and my friend has used the code makes its way back into here. So that CRM database then knows I've bought one set of flowers from them, I'm a first time customer, they've sent me the £10 sharing deal, I've shared it and I've come good on it because a friend of mine's used it. Okay? All of that information's back in there. And then when I then use my £10 off, so that sends me an email giving me my reward. When I then use that, that gets written in, oh, she's now bought 2 bunches of flowers. So that's all tracked on there. So there's my email with the reward. Okay. They use something called Mention Me, which I'll show you later. I think it's really neat. And it starts to integrate the CRM database with the social. They've now got a completely joined up picture of me. They know who I am on Facebook. They know who I am in the CRM database. So where's that delivering on the CRM cycle? It's actually delivering really well on both of these, isn't it? Because it's making me buy more bunches of flowers and rewarding me for doing so, but I'm also going and getting new customers for them. So it's a really neat use of social CRM. Second example of that, so again, very similar setup. Plum is I haven't quite worked out what it is yet. It's a sort of savings scheme that monitors you put in a target for what you want to save for and how much you want to save, and it monitors your current bank account, your current account, and sees whether you're spending below or above your usual amount on certain things that month. So if I've